I made a video last year titled, Why Dangerfield Will Never Win a Premiership.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And to put it simply, I was flat out incorrect. And yes, to all the comments, it did age like milk. And yes, all these comments were pretty entertaining and I absolutely deserve them. Danger's final series was sensational last year, and particularly his last two games, he was unstoppable and the barometer for Geelong. He set the scene early, won clearances, gave Geelong first use of the ball. So after making such a video trashing Dangerfield's chances of a premiership, I thought I'd eat humble pie and offer a penance to Geelong and AFL supporters by going over the AFL final series and Dangerfield's highlights. He was superb. He had one clanger in the Swans game from 27 disposals. Considering the stats I showed in the video I made last year, I had Danger sitting around 30% of his disposals being clangers in finals, which is a little bit higher than most mids. Most mids sit around between 20 and 25%, and that's generally because of the contested nature of their ball use, when you've got four players trying to smother the ball in the centre. Let's look at Danger's playstyle. What I saw in 2022 is that he seemed to shift his game a little bit. Perhaps there was more belief in his team, Geelong, or his teammates. Therefore, Danger understood that if he won the ball, he didn't need to make a goal happen. He could have fed it off to his teammates and it would happen naturally. Perhaps that's something that happens when your team wins 13 games on the trot going into final. One thing I noticed with Geelong last year was their ability to adjust mid-game, to counter game styles when teams were beating them. Games against Melbourne, Richmond, Collingwood were good examples of this. They were getting beaten and were able to switch up and get on top. To me, Geelong just looked like a far superior team to what they looked like in 2021. And well, Dangerfield, he was just amazing. What I observed was a desperation to win the ball, to give his team first option and use without blazing long or trying to do too much. In the finals, he was a contested ball leading, metres gaining, goal assisting, 1%er machine. He led from the front, putting his body on the line, doing all the team things, often looking for that first option, a short handball, facilitating his team to be able to dispose of the ball without direct pressure. This is counter to a point in the video I made last year, where I thought Danger would get the ball and rather than using that short first option, he would try and blaze away, try and create a goal, assist or score option from the next disposal. This was where I thought Danger took too much responsibility. He put too much on his shoulders, which may have blinded him to see the easier and often better team option in front of him. Danger was a player who got 6 goal assists in the grand final. 6. That's only happened in 11 AFL games before this. This equals his own career high, which he got back in 2016 against Melbourne, and is now the most of any player in finals. Watch him dish off the ball here. He could have easily blazed off at goal, but just gives a 1 metre handball and then his teammate kicks a beautiful goal. Yet another example of his selfless play. Against Collingwood, Danger had 22 disposals, 3 score involvements, 7 clangers, 1 score launch, and whilst not dominating the match, still had 11 pressure acts and 4 1%ers. But we'll move past this game because it was the next 2 games where he shone. Brisbane, he set the tone, kicking the first goal in the first minute with a courageous mark going back with the flight of the ball. He kicked true. He then kicked the 3rd goal for Geelong, mounting scoreboard pressure, which eventually became insurmountable for the Lions, who after half-time didn't seem like they were in the match. He had 720 metres gained, 16 contested possessions, 9 marks, 2 goals, 2 behinds, 1 goal assist, and 8 score involvements. Against Sydney, in the grand final, he was insatiable for the ball from the first bounce. 468 metres gained from 27 disposals, a contrast from his 720 metres the game before. What Danger did is he extracted the ball by sliding in desperately, giving the first option to his teammates. In this game, half his disposals were handballs, and not just any handballs, handballs that put his team in a better position, his team in a position to score. Time after time, he would get low to extract the ball from a contested ball situation and distribute to his teammate. He made the right decision with the ball in hand often. He was just desperate. Danger won the best finals player, the Gary Ayres medal for his 2022 final series, with a perfect 10 against the Lions, 12 out of 15 against Sydney in the grand final, just shy of that Norm Smith medal. Danger topped the voting at the end of the final series on 22 points out of a possible 35. Whilst not scoring in the game against Collingwood, he had had two near-perfect matches, the most important matches of the final series for Geelong. I was wrong. Danger did win that elusive premiership, and whilst it wasn't the tightest grand final, there's no doubt that him setting the tone in the important matches in the finals set Geelong up for the win. And now, undoubtedly, Danger will go down as one of the footy greats, his cabinet full of individual and now the ultimate team honour, a premiership medal.